We are looking at the last dot point today, which is assessment of skill and performance, and we're looking at the first dash, which is characteristics of skill performers, e.g. kinesthetic sense, anticipation, consistency, and technique. Now, what's really important to remember here is that when we look at a novice athlete compared to a skilled athlete, a skilled performer will have all of these four characteristics. A novice athlete that is just starting out will struggle to have any of these characteristics. So we must make sure that when we look at the assessment of skill and performance and the first dash point, that we are thinking, if you are an elite athlete, you will have these four characteristics of skill. And they are all very important to get to that elite level stage. Throughout these notes, I'm going to refer to Roger Federer and give examples for tennis. One of the all-time greats within tennis, and we've got to look at, well, why is he so great at his game and why has he won so many titles? So we're looking here the difference between a skilled and unskilled performance. When we think about Roger Federer, he's got great balance, strength, flexibility, and stamina. And he also has the four areas that we are looking at today, which are kinesthetic sense, anticipation and timing, consistency and technique. What you need to understand for this dash point is, what do those four things mean? Why would an elite performer such as Roger Federer need these to succeed? And also be able to give sporting examples and a definition for each one. If you refer to the table, we're first of all going to look at kinesthetic sense, and I'm going to use Roger Federer as an example. So this is the information gained from within the body concerning body position and limb awareness. Any elite athlete will have a great kinesthetic sense and know and be able to feel the movement while they perform it. So if we think of Roger Federer when he's serving, he will be able to adjust his body position and his technique if he thinks his toss or the ball might not be going in. The difference here is a novice athlete will not be able to do this. They are learning the skill maybe for the first time. A serve is one of the most difficult aspects of the tennis game, and they will not be able to adjust their body position because they don't actually know what the skill feels like. Skilled players are alert to error and can make corrections or modifications while performing the movement. And as I said, Roger Federer serving is a great example. Also, him adjusting his body position while hitting the ball to ensure that it goes in. So for this, we've got the definition at the top, which is information gained from within the body concerning body position and limb awareness. And then we need to be able to give an example, and I've given you Roger Federer as that example. Now, anticipation is when performers are able to predict what may occur in a game before it actually happens. So Roger Federer, for example, will look at his opponent and look at his opponent's body position and will actually decide where his opponent might go to hit the ball. This especially happens when it comes to a smash in tennis, and it's quite unpredictable. They'll often look at their body position and predict where the ball is going. Again, elite athletes will have this skill compared to a novice. This takes time, and you must understand the game very well before you can anticipate what is about to happen. The definition is the ability to predict what might happen next and be able to respond to that. So as I said, as an example, within tennis and any game sport, it is a very important skill because you're actually anticipating what's going to happen before it happens. So you'll see this a lot in netball, for example, where a player is about to pass the ball, and due to their body position and their eye contact, a defending player will actually move in a position that will stop the ball getting from another player because they have anticipated where it is going to go. Moving on to technique. Now, all skilled athletes will have a great level of technique. That is why they are at the elite level. If you look at Roger Federer as a player, his technique is flawless. He has won a number of Grand Slams due to his technique and how he hits the ball, and also how hard he hits the ball. That takes years of practice. The definition for technique is a procedure of practical method applied to a particular task, e.g. a tennis serve. Roger Federer would have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours practicing the serve and where to hit the serve and how to get an ace against opponents and how hard to hit the serve. Okay, the advantage of this good technique is it will not use excess energy, so this technique may look flawless when watching it. It reduces chance of injury because they've practiced the method again and again, so therefore Roger Federer, knowing how to serve the ball very well, is less likely to injure his shoulder, whereas a novice tennis player might gain injury very easily because they don't actually know how to serve the ball. They might put too much power into it, or the ball toss might be too high or too low, and therefore they actually increase their chance of injury. And also, good technique actually allows Roger Federer to have a better chance of holding up under pressure. At an elite level, technique and the skill that's actually being performed is not usually thought about. It comes naturally. What is thought about is the tactical awareness, and the technique involved, like I said, becomes second nature. The last point on this dash is consistency. Now, consistency in terms of a definition is that an athlete can perform the same skill repeatedly without error. So again, using a tennis serve for Roger Federer, he consistently will get the ball in, not just for the serve, but for most of his shots. And it will be very unlikely for him to get a number of double faults in a row. Now, the reason he's so consistent in his play and in his serving is because he's been put under pressure time and time again. He's been through Grand Slams all over the world, and pressure is not new to him. If you get a novice player, pressure will massively affect their game. They might not have practiced that technique, that serve under pressure very often, and therefore a rowdy crowd or unfamiliar situation will put that player under great pressure, and therefore they will fail. So consistency is extremely important to be able to perform that skill again and again. If you wanted another example, take basketball for instance. They need to consistently get the ball in a number of positions all over the court. A novice player that has played limited amounts of basketball might be able to shoot the ball if they're very close to the net in a set position, but they might not be able to do that same shot under pressure or on a number of positions on the court. Within your notes, you do have this task, and what we would like you to do is complete this task when I have gone through all of the dash points. You'll be able to complete the assessment of skill and performance, and this is linked to the learn to. So please make sure that this is completed, linking to subjective measurement and objective measurement when we get there. And you need to watch the clip and then complete the homework.